I'm really in awe of the storytellers that we've already heard tonight. But I have never given a kidney up. I have never been a single father. I haven't bought a condom in many years. Just got to tell you. But I have been on an RV vacation with my family. And that's what my story is about tonight. So for those of you who know the Weinsteins, you know that my wife Judy, who's here with us tonight, plans all of our vacations. And she does a wonderful job. I am a homebody. I love to stay at home. I enjoy being at home with my family. And Judy likes to travel. And I like Judy, so I travel with her. But I had this one thing I wanted to do. I took a trip when I was 12 years old with my family, and it was an RV vacation. We got into this giant 35-foot RV and drove around to national parks. And I said to Judy, that's what I want to do with my family. And she said, no way. And again, if you know Judy, she usually, when she says no way, it's no way. She thought about it overnight, and she said to me the next morning, if you plan this vacation A to Z, I'm in. And so I had never planned a vacation A to Z before, and I sat down at the table, I went online, I figured out our route, I figured out what RV we're going to rent, and made it all happen. Felt really good about myself. Again, if you know the Weinsteins, you know we have 3 kids, 2 boys and a girl, and they got a lot of energy. And the thought, this is why Judy said no originally, because the thought of being in an RV with these 3 kids for 10 days is more than you can take. Anyway. We went out, we headed out, we started in Las Vegas. We rented one of those rooms at a casino for $15 a night. And Judy showed up and was like having second thoughts, which I understand. But we rented our RV, left from Las Vegas. First stop was Walmart, so we can fill up the RV with food. The next stop was Bryce National Park. Wonderful, right? But I had never driven an RV before. And like I said, this was large, and it was getting dark out, and there was a rule that you had to go through the tunnel heading to Bryce by a certain time because they closed the tunnel. So we are booking it, and I'm moving. We're doing 75, 80 miles an hour. I got to get through that tunnel. Otherwise, we are a day behind and I'm screwed. So we head, and it's pitch black, and we get to Bryce, and we stop and we camp, and we do all the fun things you do, right, in national parks. We go hiking, we make camp, and we serve breakfast in the morning, just have a great time. The next day, we're heading out of Bryce in broad daylight. I had no idea. The road was like this wide, and it went straight down. I had no idea I was driving a giant RV along this road, and I was this far from the edges. It was unreal. So that was the first interesting thing. I'm not so sure I could have done that in the daylight originally. But it would have worked. So we headed out to our next stop. We went to Mesa Verde. We went to Moab in Utah. We went to Painted Desert. We had just a great time. And it was really a vacation that brought our family together. One of the things I learned about my kids in this vacation is they love shit. I'm not just saying shit. I mean, they really love shit because we would pull up at a campsite and we didn't have to beg them to get out and do stuff. they would jump out because they wanted to hook up the utilities. See, we raised 3 tech kids, and they just fell in love with hooking up the electric, hooking up the sewer line, hooking up the water line. And Judy and I are thinking, thank God. I've learned to appreciate my kids at this vacation, I gotta tell you that. A few other things came out during this vacation. My oldest son, Ari, who is now 30, this is 15 years ago, he decided, because it was sort of a junky RV, he decided he was going to put chocolates on our pillows every night to make this a little more fancy, to feel really good. But joking aside, we just had some wonderful experiences, wonderful nights. Our kids, 2 of our 3 kids had just gone back from Windsor Mountain Camp in New Hampshire. And so every night we sat around a campfire and we did shooting stars, which is something you do at camp. We talked about our highs and lows of the day. And it was just beautiful because highs and lows, you talk about what somebody else did for you that day. I'm going to tear up. To hear one of your kids say to another kid, you made my day. The high of my day was when you complimented me for this. Anyway, we finished the trip. One of the other things I forgot to mention is that I kept a diary. I never kept a diary before, but I wish I had it with me tonight. But I kept a diary, wrote down all these memories, wrote down what we talked about each night during highs and lows and shooting stars. And if you ever want to appreciate your family, put them in an RV and go 10 days, and you will appreciate it.